after my death of my uncle, late Matani Saldana, our entire community was in great shock, and legacy of my uncle was taken by basically the fishing community, which my uncle worked for 40 years. After his death, somewhere I thought that I should do something what he did, because he was my role model. My uncle and my father was my role model, and when we in a shock which we saw how my uncle died when he was a minister, that's the time which we realized that I need to do something. And that time I was a teenager, a youngster who never knew anything about social service or about politics, but I used to fantasize my uncle. Then our president of the Goinswar Upon Karabse Ekvot, Agnel Rodriguez, he came to my place here in Kasauli and said that now for 40 years your uncle has been with us, and we want you all to lead us again, guide us in the right path. So under his guidance of our president, I started doing small like typing, drafting letters, explaining them what are the issues coming up. So we started working in that direction. Then later, soon they realized that I have I and my sister, we have this art of serving, and we are understanding the problem of the people. And then our president asked me to contest elections, which was never in my mind, because my uncle also was in a firm opinion that the entire family should not be in politics. It should not be a family thing. Politics should not be a family thing. But that situation arose, and the pressure from the community, of the fishing community, for me to enter into politics. And then it took almost 1 year for him to convince me, to contest. And then at that time, I remember I contested in the ZP election. That was under the BJP ticket in 2015. And I lost with my opponent, and it was my first hand experience. And that's the time I actually got the taste of what was BJP. See, once you enter the house, you understand how clean and dirty the house is. And my vision and my ambition in politics grew eventually. And then the fight from 2014 to subsequently what the BJP was doing, creating destruction, especially after Modi, one central government have come into the state of India. That's the time we started, everything was coming against the fishing community. So we constantly put pressure to the government. They would never listen. And then I realized that I should I contest the 2017 election. So in the 2017 election, I decided to contest in Aam Aadmi Party banner. But what I understood then, what the party stood for, see, Aam Aadmi Party is just a new party which is just formed in 2012. And the constitution and the principles of the party, they had already compromised. So it was just there in the book, but never implemented in the ground. So then I thought that the party is not serious in Goa, and they have come with an objective either to form the national status or to support the ruling BJP, by dividing the secular votes of our state. So then finally I have decided that to join the Indian National Congress, where certainly I was a fan of Rahul Gandhi, and since he's also a youngster like us, and his vision for a country, a very unbiased man, and a secular man. So that prompted me to join, because we also now for the last 10 years are into social service, and this party has a great history. It is because of this party our country has got this constitution. Our country has reached where we are today, and it was a movement against the British. So I finally decided to join the 135-year-old party, and I am very happy today. Rahul Gandhi ji also visited our constituency in Wellsound to hear the grievances of the coastal communities, and it was a very good interaction, and it is a boost to the constituency that a person of that such stature had never visited our small village in Wellsound, which is in this constituency. And I want to thank the party, Girish ji, Dinesh Rao ji, and Rahul Gandhi for having faith in me. And although there were lots of senior contenders, candidates who wanted the ticket, and they trusted me and they gave me this ticket for this constituency.
काँग्रेसीचो आमका अभिमान राखूया गोयची आणि कुठ्ठाळेची शान. आमचे मत ऑलेन्सियो समोएसा.